also got in the film backwards. Sweeter. Hi guys, today we are making pizza, and that is the ingredients I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use flour, 6 deciliters. I'm gonna use half teaspoon salt. I'm gonna use 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I'm gonna use olive oil. I'm gonna use basically that for my dough. And for the ingredients, I'm gonna use for my tomato paste, I'm gonna use crushed tomatoes in the box there. I'm gonna use tomato puree paste. I'm gonna use a little bit of paprika, green chilies, and I'm gonna use garlic. And for my filling, my guests, they asked for ham pizza. So, but I mean, as far as the fillings are concerned, you can basically use whatever you use, and you topple it with cheese. That is my grated cheese. And I'm gonna use tomatoes, fresh paprika, green chilies, red chilies. There, as you can see them, I'm gonna use ham, and that's the mushrooms and red onions I got, and basically that's what I'm gonna use. So right now I'm leaving my camera to my cameraman here, who's gonna film me the rest. So you can just say hi. Look me. Hi guys. Don't mind me. I have no makeup or anything. Well, I don't show anybody beauty. So basically this is me in my natural dress and everything. So today we are making pizza, like I've already told you there. So what I'm gonna need is 2.5 deciliter water. I need salt, like I said, and Vetemil. Normally I start with water. I'm pouring water. So that is my 2.5. I've already measured it, 2.5 deciliter of water. And I'm gonna need some salt for taste. I'm making the dough. Film in the menu and the played for camera. So that will my salt, will be my salt. Then baking powder, because I don't want to use yeast. Yeast is gonna take time. So for baking powder, it will go faster. I'm putting my baking powder. That is 2 teaspoons, like you see. That's basically it, and I'm mixing it. Yeah. Now I'm doing my flour. And for this, I'm gonna need 6 deciliters, but I think I'll start with 4 and we go about the rest later. That is 1 in it, 2, I got 3, and I got 4. I start mixing with that and see where this 4 takes me. Yeah, because you know sometimes if you use too much, it will see you hard. Don't start it hard into me. If you use too much of the ingredients, it might be a little bit troublesome. Like you see now, I only use 4 and my dough is already made. So that would be like maybe 4.5. Now I'm just making it firm. I'm just making my dough firm. Yes, like you can see, that is basically what I'm doing. My cameraman is amateur. That will be Terence filming me today, my son. And actually they're my main guests. They are my #1 guests, and they're the ones who ordered for pizza at Nikita's kitchen today. So just follow me like we make the pizza. Yeah, basically that. And I'm gonna need a little bit of olive oil for this, just for it to, you know, leave the sides of my pot here, and it also makes it easy to roll out later. Yes, like that. Now this looks good. This pizza, it will not take too much time. We're talking about total 30 minutes. Doing this preparation might take me 15 minutes, and grating it is gonna, in the oven, is gonna take me another 50 minutes, so that is good. So basically I'm done with this. I'm gonna have canvisa right there, you there. That is my pizza dough, and I'm gonna cover it so that well, I'm supposed to cover it so that it can raise a little bit. I used baking powder like I told you guys. It's gonna make it a little bit soft and it will rise. Now the next step, let's show the things. You said that? Bro, internet, you must say for the before we said that. You don't get hiding there. So, for the sauce that I'm gonna put on my pizza dough before baking it is, I'm now mixing it. I'm using tomato. Like you can see, there is tomato sauce. I'm gonna use all of it. And with it, like you can see, I'm putting green chilies there. And of course, I'm putting 3 pieces of garlic, something like that. I'm gonna need me some tomato paste. That's it. It's in a tube, but you can also have those ones on the tins. I'll put around, this is 1 gram. I'm gonna put 50 grams. That's it. My 50 is done. And for taste, I'm gonna use some black pepper on it. That would be a pinch or something, not so much, just a little. And of course, a pinch of salt, 5 pinches. So now we are making the sauce for the pizza dough. Just show the ingredients now. So basically the tomato paste is done, and what I'm gonna do right now is to spread my dough out so that I can make pizza. And the oven has to be at 250 degrees. I'm gonna put stuff so that it warms very first. Push it there. So you will move that side again. So we are not pausing now, so there's some problem with my, I think I've got it. And spread it out. It's got foot. So show here. So now this is my pizza dough. Normally this is for four portions, and you can like cut it out into 4 and roll 4 pieces, or 4 pieces. But for me, I'm gonna make one large one. It's for the family, and I'm just gonna spread it out to fit this so that I can put it in my pan there. So now, like you can see, this is what we're gonna have to do now. We are spreading it out. Bisa du ser du min hand? Bra. Sorry, our national language is Swedish, so in between there, I'll be communicating in Swedish. I'm sorry about that, but it's just questions to my camera person, so don't mind. I hope you're learning something. Now we are spreading the dough. We want it big. And this is, since I use baking, this is, it's a kind of pan pizza. You know, there are two different types of pizza. There's the pizza you make with yeast. It doesn't raise much as the one you use with, you raise with baking powder. So since this is for baking powder, it's gonna give us some form of pancake. The bottom is gonna be fat and fluffy. Yes, it's not gonna be intact like the one you use if you could have used yeast. So that's the difference. But I basically chose to use yeast, to use baking powder, because then I do not have to wait long. If you use yeast, I mean, the requirements, you have to wait at least some 25 minutes, depending on how big the dough is, for it to raise. And after it raising, that is when you can work with the dough. As per baking powder, you just roll it out and work with it. It's gonna raise in the oven. Yes. And this is pan pizza. It's supposed to be fat. It's not gonna be hard and boring at the bottom. It's gonna be fluffy, like you're eating bread, but you're actually eating pizza. I think it's like the ones you get in Nando's and Pizza Inn. They use baking powder, and they're done. Well, this can spread in very big, but since it seems like I don't have space, I'm not gonna overdo it or exaggerate my pizza. So I think it will be enough. So we move this to my form, which is here. Now my pizza form, and since it's also flat, I can continue, like, you know, rolling it a little bit, roll it out, because it's gonna be fat, this one. Yes, something like that. Now the next step is will be this one. Now we are gonna be spreading our tomato sauce on pizza, on the dough, pizza dough, and that is basically how you do it. You spread it out, you spread it out, spread it out, spread it out. Something like this. I'm gonna need some more. So like I said, this was just tomatoes, garlic, black pepper, green chilies, basically that. Then there's oregano. There's oregano spice, herbs. It's always good at the bottom and on top of the cheese when you're grating. So I'm putting a little bit of that. And now it's basically freelancer, how you want your pizza to look. So you just do the filling, just make it a little bit uniform so that you spread it out. That's the meaning with it. Then to that I'm gonna use some red onions, like you can see here. That's red onions. Basically spreading my red onions out. Yes. My green chilies. Got it there. I'm gonna get me some red ones too. Just spreading it out. And now we go ham. Yeah, we just spread it out, spread it out. You really don't need to have any foam when you're doing your fillings. You can't fill it with anything. Today I'm doing it with ham. Maybe tomorrow I'm gonna use beef. You know? So, this is gonna be very yummy and tasty. Well, I wind up with my tomatoes on top. They need to really get ripe, so spreading it out, tomato, something like that. So on top of that, I'd like to have me some oregano to give it some taste, some spice, herbs. So, and now our final filling is cheese, grated cheese. Yes, it looks yummy, right? And you're gonna enjoy this. You know, Mama's pizza is always better than the one we sell outside there, right? Yes, something like that. So now we have Nikita's Kitchen Pizza. We put it in, and it's gonna be in here for like 50 minutes. Looks good, right? Great. Now we are doing pizza. Okay, baby. So you can just put it off.